Can you tell us what each party brings to the equation?
What we announced today, we think, is an unprecedented collaboration between two of the world's biggest vaccines manufacturers, two leaders who are both bringing proven pandemic technologies and scale to develop, hopefully, an adjuvanted vaccine against COVID-19. We also, of course, both bring significant manufacturing capacity. And if we're successful, that we're hoping to get to hundreds of millions of doses by the end of next year. But a lot of work to do, and we're sure the world will need more than one vaccine, considering the state of demand.
Jim Cramer joins us now. That point she made, Jim, about scale seems really important, and this is the type of American ingenuity that leaves us hopeful.
Look, I felt that Emma's terrific, and you'll hear her on the show. Alex Gorski today on what J&J is doing, and he gave a big chunk of time to the man who's developing it. And Moderna was on this morning. And so you start thinking, look, maybe it's not inconceivable. Maybe we actually do get a vaccine. J&J is talking about one that's far ahead of Glaxo. But Glaxo and Sanofi, they are both very good at vaccines. I'm waiting to hear what Merck's going to do. Merck is really good at vaccines. But, there's no doubt about it. There's a stop-at-nothing Manhattan Project-like approach now. And it's welcome, because when Glaxo started, I called Glaxo when this started, and they really weren't that focused on it, even though they have a great shingles vaccine. But now, holy cow, these two companies don't even like each other, and they're working together, because that's the importance here. It is just all hands on deck for this stuff.
I agree, Jim. Great to see some good European ingenuity as well coming through on this particular example. But
I should have said global company.
Yeah, UK and France. It's fabulous to see. Rare we get enough of a show.
World War I.
Well, exactly. But anyway, back to the vaccines, Jim. That particular soundbite, I'm looking forward to watching the whole interview, clearly talked about the capacity to roll out manufacturing these vaccines once one's been approved. And I don't want to sort of now have a downbeat angle on this, but that Bill Gates interview still stands out to me that Becky did last week, because he highlighted how hard it is to get a vaccine that works anything quicker from start to finish than 18 months. Because if you're going to vaccinate the whole population, even 1% getting side effects is worse than the problem we currently have at the moment. So I guess the production capability can be ramped up, but we're still going to get the vaccine in the first place.
Yeah, if you Google Sanofi and vaccines, you're going to come up with one that killed a lot of people, a lot of children. And vaccines are just incredibly difficult. And most companies don't make any money off vaccines. One of the reasons why you don't hear a lot about them versus, say, trying to cure lung cancer or something where you just know that there's this huge chunk of people who die every year. You want to go after it. I do think that when I look at what J&J was doing, they did Zika and they did Ebola, and that's important. Regeneron, all-time high today. Why? I shouldn't check that. I don't know it's 52-week high. But Regeneron is all about trying to come up with a vaccine. They had an Ebola vaccine, and Regeneron's just, the stock's incredibly strong. So there is, Moderna, I think, was all the way up today. These are the stocks that people are looking to. There is a problem here, and the vaccine is very difficult for both younger people to tolerate and older people to tolerate, because they're very different. That's why I think Sarah's right. You got to do it at scale. You need multiple vaccines. Anyone who's buying stock today because they think the vaccine's around the corner, that's a mistake. It won't be. There's just a lot of, if you go watch the American experience on polio and you see how the March of Dimes started and how long it took to cure polio, I hope it isn't like that. But, boy, these are just very rough things to make. And Amazon's involved, too, by the way, for web services, just doing trillions of different calculations, which is what you need.